Ja, jetzt gibt's Stress.
This is odd. The academia has quieted down after the conclusion of the Niagarbha Day ceremonies, but it's much quieter than usual. Where are the guards? Why have I not seen a single one? Guards? Guards!
Grand Sage, how may I be of assistance?
I called for the guards. Why did you come?
My apologies, Grand Sage. Right now, all Academia guards have entered the city to perform the ordered arrest. I thought you knew.
Arrest? Who is there to arrest? I have an ominous feeling.
Arrest Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Is that not what the order was?
Lesser Lord Kusanali? You mean she has disappeared?
Yes. I wouldn't dare make up something like that. Right now, everyone is in a panic, and many are saying that Lesser Lord Kusanali will take revenge on us.
What happened? Just what is going on? Lesser Lord Kusanali somehow escaped? Was it Alhaitham and his party that freed her? That's impossible. The Academia is heavily guarded today, and any order to release Lesser Lord Kusanali would be strictly confidential. Besides, Alhaitham and the Traveler are already in our hands. What manner of trickery did they employ? How could Lesser Lord Kusanali disappear into thin air? Disappear? Wait. How was the arrest order distributed to the guards?
It was issued by the Akasha earlier today. Only you have the authority to send messages like that, so I thought it was your order.
Let me check. Here. Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. Go to the city and arrest the escapee immediately. The Akasha indeed contains this information, and it clearly appeared in my mind. How did they bypass my permissions to issue this kind of message? Was it the report about the Traveler that Alhaitham submitted? No. I specifically checked that knowledge capsule before entering it into the Akasha. Could that have been a red herring? Well, even if I figure it out now, it won't make any difference. The important thing now is to confirm Lesser Lord Kusanali's status. Have you been to the sanctuary of Surasthana to confirm that Lesser Lord Kusanali has indeed escaped?
Confirm? No, I haven't. It may be a bit offensive to say this, but Grand Sage, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. How can the information in the Akasha be inaccurate? What the Akasha decrees is fact. That is common knowledge to all of us. If we have to confirm the information and knowledge from the Akasha ourselves, then how is that any different from us learning that information ourselves? Wouldn't Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's legacy lose its meaning that way?
In the beginning, it was I who asked you to believe in the Akasha, to believe in the legacy left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Are you trying to use my words against me?
No, Grand Sage. I'm merely confused because I believe in you. I never meant to refute you.
Stay here and see if there are any suspicious people around. I'll go to the sanctuary of Surasthana on my own.
Yes, Grand Sage.
Also ich fand die Story bisher jetzt eigentlich mega. Klar, ein bisschen langatmige Gespräche, aber ich meine, die wollen ja den Plan gut ausarbeiten.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. Go to the city and arrest the escapee immediately. How can that be? Stop thinking about it. Stop. It must be a trick of theirs. As long as I personally confirm it. Ah! Impossible. That's impossible. There must be something wrong with my eyes.
What a comical sight, Azar. Once the Akasha has put certain thoughts into your head, even the Grand Sage can no longer see what's right in front of him. You all can only see the world in your mind, the one you think you know. And precisely because of this, you disregarded Lesser Lord Kusanali's existence. She has been a wise and worthy Archon.
Cyno, have you been waiting for a chance like this? The Akasha predicted that you would return to the Academia to confront me, but I didn't expect it to turn out like this. I was careless.
No, you were blinded. Your faults stem from your reliance on the Akasha. You're still the same as always.
I truly did not expect a proud person like you to cooperate with Alhaitham and the Traveler.
People change, Azar. Admit it. The Akasha can't predict my actions anymore.
Then tell me, what have you found during your investigation?
You want to buy time? This is the sanctuary of Surasthana. Under your own regulations, even Academia staff are forbidden to come here. As for the investigation, I've at least confirmed that you are guilty of insurgency against the Archon. A serious crime.
So what? Did you do all of this so I would plead guilty in front of you, General Mahamatra?
No. I want you to plead guilty in front of the Archon herself. You once said that I had no standing to judge you. So now, how about judgment in the name of a god?
Oh, haut er den jetzt um? Ich will das sehen. Ich will nur ein Stückchen am Boden sehen, den Drecksack.
How long do we have to wait? Paimon wants to know how things are going out there. Paimon hasn't heard any sounds outside for a while. Hopefully something bad didn't happen.
Das Wichtigste ist, dass wir unseren Kameraden vertrauen.
Yeah, but aren't you scared that we might be locked up in here for the rest of our lives? Thinking about it, at least Paimon has you. We could still chat like this. When Paimon thinks of Nahida being imprisoned alone in the sanctuary of Surasthana, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for her.
Der?
Here comes your savior.
Yeah! Paimon just knew you would come to rescue us!
Eben noch was so erschrocken.
You two really owe me some big thanks. I had to search through who knows how many guards to find the key here. It felt even more tiring than whacking them. I'm exhausted.
Thanks a lot. Need Paimon to rub your shoulders?
Oh, scheiße, der Nightbot hat es jetzt als Schreien betitelt. Du hast es gut gemacht, bla bla bla.
No, that's, I'll pass.
What are you afraid of? Oh, are you ticklish?
Now isn't the time to talk about being ticklish.
Wie geht's Nahida?
Things in the city and on Cyno's side are both going well. The guards that stormed out of the Academia are all taken care of. The Corps of 30 is in charge of the city's defenses, but we already talked to Asfand. They've been fed up with the sages bossing them around. As long as it doesn't break their employment contracts, they'll turn a blind eye.
That's probably because you've been super great friends with them for a long time. So, how's Cyno doing?
The Grand Sage is in his custody. Even I know how terrible it is to fall into Cyno's hands, so he probably does too. Cyno forced him to release Lesser Lord Kusanali. He has no choice but to obey.
Was?
So, hurry to the sanctuary of Suristhana. Assuming nothing weird happened, we should have already rescued our Archon.
Das klingt wirklich großartig.
Honestly, I didn't expect our ragtag bunch to do this well. We just came together last minute to save the Archon, you know? Alright, you two better go. I still have to clean up some messes in the city. See you around.
Ja, wir hören jetzt auf. Ignorieren wir jetzt einfach Scaramouche oder so? Es war gerade so, ja, die größte Bedrohung ist zwar immer noch da, aber ja, passt schon. Es wirkt halt gerade so alles so, wir haben den komplett vergessen, das ist schon alles in Ordnung. Hä? Ach so. Jetzt dachte ich spiele die Nahida. Wie vorhin die Ding. Ich laufe mit ihr selber rein, um sie dann zu befreien. Hallo, ich bin selbst hier. Ich rette mich jetzt selbst. Haben die hier wenigstens auch ihre Schuhe wieder zurückgegeben, die sie vorhin geklaut haben?
Should I say it's nice to meet you? This is the first time we've met in real life. Before, we've only met in dreams, consciousness, or when I was in someone else's body.
Naja, Nahida, endlich sehen wir uns.
Thank you so much for coming to rescue me, but I also need to apologize. During this time, I did some self-reflection. My sense of inferiority and yielding to the academia led to all of this, and created so much trouble for you all.
Nahida hat es verdient, gerettet zu werden.
Exactly! We're here because you're a good Archon and one of our friends! Thanks, you two. Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own body.
Und ohne Schuhe.
It's like I just had an endlessly long dream. I can't even tell if I just woke up or was only now born into this world. My concept of self has become so clear. But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling.
Der Plan der Akademie zur Erschaffung eines Gottes.
This is really embarrassing. You all just rescued an Archon, and now she needs your help to save her country, and even the entire world. It's okay. With you here, Paimon's sure that everything will work out. There's one more thing. What is it? For all the things the Academia did to me, and for all the folly it committed in the name of wisdom, as their Archon, I will make them pay.
Oh.
Ah! Wow! That's the spirit! You're finally standing up for yourself and not letting people walk all over you! I understand now. To be a better Archon, I first need to better myself. If you haven't even figured out how to be a caterpillar, how can you be a butterfly?
Das ist ein Wissen, das du nur selbst begreifen kannst.
Yes, true. That reminds me. I wonder how far along the Academia is with their god creation plan. We need to hurry and prevent the birth of that false god. I need to make some preparations. Since I'm now free, I can establish a direct link to the Akasha and control it. First things first, I need to remove the restrictions that the doctor put on me in the Akasha. After that, I'll make some adjustments and revoke the sage's permissions. The Akasha will then be like how it originally was, only operable by the Archon. After all, the Academia betrayed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's trust. This might take some time. In the meantime, you should also work on your own preparations. If we don't stop the God creation plan in time, we'll be in for a tough fight.
Hast du noch nie abgepennt? Ne, wo Nahida doch träumt. Beziehungsweise schläft und sich selber so wenig Vorwürfe macht. Wo sie dann das erste Mal, nachdem der Traveler hinter ihr steht, die Augen aufmacht und bloß ihre Füße sieht. Da habe ich halt dann gesagt, oh Mann, die haben ihre Schuhe geklaut.
When we're done, we can take a walk around. After all, we missed out on a lot of stuff when we were locked up.
Hui. Ich bin das erste Mal frei und nicht schon seit Mittwoch oder so. Ich werde mich an den Weißen rächen, sie haben meine Schuhe. Was ist jetzt los? Jetzt. So, mal ehrlich, bestimmt so, dass unsere Reisen echt mal mehr Audio bekommen. Ja, darüber haben wir uns auch lustig gemacht. Endlich musste der Synchronsprecher vom Reisenden mal für sein Geld arbeiten. Was war 16 Uhr? Ich hoffe, es war 16 Uhr. Es muss der nächste Tag sein, oder? Ja, mach mal nächster Tag 16 Uhr. Auch wenn er halt im Prinzip nur 5-mal Nahida schreit und 2-mal einen anderen Satz sagt.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is. Allow me!
Und alle voll. Wo muss ich jetzt hin? In die Akademie? Achso, ich muss ganz oben auf. Vor allem wenigstens in den Videosequenzen sollten sie ihn Traveler wenigstens immer wieder mal sprechen lassen, anstatt bloß immer daneben dann so. Ich meine, es wird schon reichen, wenn ab und zu mal so, ja, ich übernehme das und mach die fertig oder so sagen würde. Ich werde das machen. Schon allein das wird doch reichen, anstatt dann so. Oder. Man bekommt da jeder endlich neue Dinge.
How's it going, Nahida? I'm done with the parts that needed my involvement to complete. Although it's my first time working with the Akasha like this, its internal structure and operation procedures are easy for me to understand. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's design is truly brilliant. Oh, also, this is for you.
Was zur Hölle, Alter? Das Ding schaut ja voll creepy aus. Wie ein Hase mit einem Auge. Zyklopenhasen.
Little floaty thingy.
Und er hat 2 Stempel hinten drauf, wenn er was unterschreiben muss.
It's a small device I put together just now. You can think of it as an upgraded Akasha terminal.
Ja, weiß schon, die Weißen wollen mir erzählen, ja, die ist nicht so schlau.
You may not need it right now, but it should be helpful in certain situations. Wait! This thing has the same characteristics as Paimon! We're both small things that float! Oh, all the things that make Paimon special got copied! When Paimon appears with the Traveler from now on, people won't remember Paimon because she isn't unique anymore!
Das sieht doch ganz anders aus.
It's alright, Paimon. It can't replace you. It's only a flying device, but you're the Traveler's irreplaceable friend. You're so good at comforting people, Nahida. If only the Traveler was as smart as you. I was simply telling you what I feel to be the truth. I wasn't trying to comfort you.
Ja, es schaut aus wie Patamon aus Digimon mit 2 Stempeln und einem Zyklopenauge.
Nahida, you're a natural at this.
Mutanten-Patamon.
What you just said made Paimon even happier. By the way, there's something something I need to confess.
Den Zwilling, den wir schon dabei haben.
Even though I'm the Archon and in control of myself again, I'm not very good at fighting. You may have heard that an Archon's power is derived from their people's faith. However, I'm not as well loved as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. If we get into a situation where combat is our only option, I'll have to count on you, and I'll do my best to provide support.
Sei
I'm
unbesorgt.
glad I can rely on you. So the God of Wisdom isn't good at fighting? That actually sounds about right. I've located where the false god is. Time is of the essence, so let's get to it.
Ja, Scaramouche kriegt der Auftrag aus, derzeit von Auftragquelle der Verunreinigung beansprucht. Oh, fuck, ey. Wollt ihr mich jetzt verarschen? Vom Tighnari, Alter, wirklich? Oh. Alter, ich will doch nur die Story abschließen. Achso, das ist gleich da. Hoffentlich muss ich bloß mit ihm reden. Dieselbe Scheiße vorhin mit Nahida, ey. Mit Nilo. Mitten in der Story. Nein, du wirst jetzt erst ein Fest vorbereiten. Und nicht die verdammte Welt retten und eine Göttin. Und jetzt so, oh, wir müssen uns beeilen. Aber da steht ein anderer Charakter, also müssen wir doch warten. Tja, die Welt geht halt unter, Pech gehabt. Aber für das noch Nida sagt, sie kann nicht gut kämpfen, metzt sie alles aber schnell nieder. Das habe ich mir auch gedacht.
I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass. Do you have any?
Ja, wir wollen was rauchen.
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past few days.
Verstehe nicht mehr, warum du jetzt unterbrochen wirst. Weil bestimmte Quests andere blockieren.
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my first time hearing you say something like that.
It's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently. They were mechanical parts that we got from the Academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price on the market.
Ach so, ja, keine Ahnung.
Our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over, and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of us can privately sell anything.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deepest parts of the forest. We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experiences mental anomalies. We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those mechanical parts. How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the contaminated region?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many, there weren't any people.
No people?
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
What the heck? The Avidia Forest has creatures like that?
Davon stand aber nichts im Handbuch der Lebewesen des Avidia-Walds.
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillfully to be new at this. It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods and ran away.
Kann wir die Kinder verprügeln, die Nerven?
We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then business will return to normal?
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs on all future purchases of any...
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got someone to assess the situation. If you're interested, you can go and talk to them.
All right, we'll go and have a word.
Oh, bitte lass mich jetzt da weitermachen. Das ist doch so ein Schwachsinn jetzt. Da ist doch gerade nicht mal
After
irgendwas.
the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby caravans and residents. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. It doesn't even bat an eye at other valuables. A caravan carrying a large amount of Mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge. We'll eventually think of a way to get rid of it.
Take it easy.
Abdo.
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. 10 of us might not even be able to take that thing head on. Didn't the Academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Where did that thing come from? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that that robber wasn't a human, but a mechanical crab? This is rough.
Ja, das ist aber nicht Main Story. Ja, das ist die Tighnari-Quest. Die muss ich jetzt machen, damit es da überhaupt geht. Die blockiert scheinbar gerade die Hauptquest. Warum auch immer.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we haven't been affected. We don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives.
Ich verstehe es trotzdem nicht. Die Figuren haben null damit zu tun. Ja, aber die könnten wahrscheinlich im Weg stehen für die Quest.
It only shows up when the caravans are here, and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's done making a mess.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too agile and fast. However, we did unexpectedly learn something the last time we tried to capture it. It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest, so instead of immediately moving its spoils, it first hides them nearby. Once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move fast if you want those goods back.
Sprich mit dem Reisenden hin über das weitere Vorgehen. Der soll sich lieber verziehen, Alter, weil der steht scheinbar irgendwie im Weg.
How are things? Did you make any progress?
We learned of its behaviors, but much still remains unclear. Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given commands. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things. Or the Mora you made. That would be the most efficient method. But it only goes after mechanical components. This doesn't make any sense.
Right. It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh, are you planning to...
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition, it lives in the contaminated region, and it comes out to steal mechanical components. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then make observations for further conclusions. Well, chatting like this won't get us anywhere. We're only wasting time.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans will reward you generously.
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. I may have other uses for it later. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall for it.
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. If it means getting our things back, you can even borrow me to do whatever you need.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and Sumpter Beast to pose as a transiting caravan and lure out the crab. Once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.